So let's start the session. So in today's class, we are going, in the last class, we are discussing about the Excel, and within the Excel, we have initially seen the formatting of the Excel. And along with that, we have seen with respect to fonts and alignments and what about the styles and what about this in terms of sorting and filtering. In the last class, particularly, we have focused on the filter part and along with the sorting part. And from these are the things which we have covered in the previous class. Now in today's class, we are going to cover some other functions within the data and Excel. Within the Excel, what are the various functions which can be used? All right. Yeah. Others, everyone, could you please confirm is my voice is clear, right? Everyone, could you please confirm? Everyone is clear now? Okay. Now, okay, guys. So let's discuss this. So what are the functions within the Excel? Okay. If the voice is not clear, I request to re-log in once again, Pratik Kumar and along with the Komal. Okay. So within the Excel, we have covered in terms of in the previous class, like the thing, 1 minute. Okay. Like what is meant by formatting. Okay. How we are going to format the data. Formatting means in terms of format the data, which is called as format the data, means you are going to keep neatly. Format means nothing but neat. Okay, do you remember in the Power BI also we are having the option called as format. Format means what? We are going to increase the size of that one, or we are going to decrease the size, or we are going to change. These are all comes under format. So here also we are going to do the same way, format the data. We are just changing the formatting. We are just formatting that data. That is nothing but we are trying to keep neatly. And conditional formatting. What is meant by conditional formatting means based on the conditional, it is going to select, it is going to add the background color or something. So based on condition, its format. Based on conditional, format the data. Format the data is called as conditional formatting. So next we have discussed format means we are going to formatting means nothing but format the data. Format the data means nothing but selecting the date. We are going to give the background colors to the data or font. Like what is meant by format means font, background color, background color. We are going to give a different background color for the cell, background color for the cell. Okay, font, alignment. We are going to keep the alignment, means if it is in the corner, we are going to keep it in the center. So in the Excel, if you see in the Excel, by default, if you write here any text, okay, text is always in the left side. Can you see here? I'm writing the text. When I'm writing the text, automatically in the cell, automatically the text is aligned to the left side only. But when I write the number 1, 2, 3, it is aligned to the right side by default. Okay, the moment you enter any number, okay, some number you are trying to enter, after entering the number, see, I'm entering the number 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3, 4. After pressing the enter button, it is going automatically to the right side. So it also should be on the left side, means what we are going to do means we are going to keep the alignment towards the left side. So this entire cell should be alignment to the left side, means you are going to select like this. Sir, what is the use of alignment to the left side means? Nothing, just everything will be on the same style so that we'll understand clearly. Generally, numbers will be on the right side alignment so that we can understand clearly this number is a 3-digit number, this is a 4-digit number. If every or alignment is on the left side also, we can understand in the same way. Okay, like this. Same logic you can apply even on this alignment also. Okay, So this alignment 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 something. Okay. So that entire column will be selected for your alignment purpose. Next, we are having in terms of these are all considered as formatting. What are the font, alignment, and we are having this one. These both comes under format the data, font and alignment. Majorly it is going to focus on the format plus alignment. These both comes under this formatting. Next one is called as conditional formatting. Conditional formatting is nothing but based on the you are having in terms of styles. So you are going to give the different styles. So this styles, what are the styles ribbon we have discussed within the SL? This one is conditional formatting. So we are going to format the data as per the requirement. So we have seen the styles, and from there we have gone through the next one called as filters. We are going to apply the filtering. This is majorly used in the data analysis part, filter. So whether you use in the Excel or whether you use in the SQL or whether you use in the Power BI, filter is the most common one. Filter means selecting the data based on the condition. Here, based on the condition, formatting the data. It is not selecting the data, formatting the data. What is the difference between the select filter versus this one means based on the condition, select the data. Based on the condition, select the data is called as filter. Based on the condition, format the data is called as formatting the data. Okay. Uh, yes, even you can use anything as per your choice. Microsoft Office or anything, any other tools. Multiple tools are there in the market. You can select as per your choice. Along with this filter, and we have seen the with respect to ascending order or descending order, which is called as sort. How we can do the sorting. Okay, and we have seen the application, that is ascending order or descending order. You can do the sorting of the ascending order, you can do the descending order of the anything, ascending order along with the descending order, ascending order and descending order of either numbers, either numerical data or either text data, right? Both of them you are going to have like this. Right. Now coming to next one, we have seen the within the format only, we have seen the different types of formats of the numbers also. Means you can add the currency or you can add in terms of decimals, with decimals, without decimals. So font styles, alignment and numbers, these three comes under formatting the data. Okay, these three comes under formatting the data, that is font, alignment and along with the number also adding the decimals or decreasing the decimals, everything I have explained for you. So these are the things which we have covered. Now in the today's class we are going to discuss the most important part of the Excel called as what is Excel majorly. Okay, this is basics which we consider this one as basics. Now apart from the basics, that is basic, generally every person will use, this is basic part, Excel basics. This everyone commonly use. Okay, formatting or anything, this one commonly used. Now apart from the Excel basics, we are moving on to the Excel intermediate. Okay, intermediate level. Now what is intermediate level of the Excel? Means this will be used by the certain people only. It is not used by the every person. Advanced Excel will be used by still more less number of people. Now let us move on to the intermediate level of Excel. Intermediate level of Excel. Now in the intermediate level of Excel, what is intermediate level means? In this level, we are going to discuss the functions. Excel consists of various functions. Multiple functions are available and Excel is used for multiple purposes. It is not only used for data analysis. Here we are going to discuss, so various functions will be available, are available, are available. Various functions are available within Excel. Means a person who exclusively works on the Excel from morning to evening, he will be using multiple functions. But a data analyst will use, a data analyst will use, a data analyst, whoever the data analyst is there, a data analyst will use some functions some functions which are related to Excel. Sorry, which are related to data analysis. So we are going to use the functions which are related to data analysis, or which are the part of the data analysis, which are the related to, or which are the part of the data analysis, So which are the part of the data analysis steps? Example like data cleaning or data analysis. Majorly, we are going to use for data cleaning purpose and along with the data analysis purpose. Now, if we are discussing, so a data analyst will use some functions which are the part of data analysis. Okay, a data analyst will use some functions in Excel which are the part of data analysis steps. So what are the functions will be used in the data analysis steps? Means what are the data analysis steps are there? Like example, functions related to data exploration, which are related to data exploration. Functions related to data cleaning. Functions related to data cleaning. Functions related to data analysis. So second stage, third stage and fourth stage, whatever we are having, total 5 stages. Out of 5 stages, we are having first stage is data business problem understanding, data exploration, data cleaning and data analysis. So whatever the functions are related to data exploration, functions related to data cleaning, functions related to data analysis, what are the functions are required? Every function we are going to learn within this functions. So now what are the functions are data cleaning or along with the future selection? Future selection means if an important variable is there, we are going to drop that one. Column selection, in simple words, column selection. Unimportant column we are going to drop, right? Now, so these are the various functions. Functions we are going to learn from today's class. Everything we are going to learn is functions only. Multiple functions we are going to learn. So first we'll understand the data within the Excel. What are the data we are going to receive? Either the data will be, first one is numerical data. Whether it is a continuous or whether it is a count variable, we call it as numerical data. Numerical data includes continuous and along with the count. These both comes under count variable. I mean, in terms of numerical data. So for these both, all the numerical data, we are going to use some functions. And second one is text data, which is nothing but categorical data. So we are having some functions related to categorical data and some functions related to date related functions. Okay, date data, which is nothing but date and time. Some functions are available. So we are going to see one by one each and every functions and for all types of datas, which are the datas we are having. Okay. Now, as one more important point is here we are having the calculated columns versus calculated measures. This is one of the most important in both Power BI within the Excel. This is the common question which will be asked in the interview. What is the difference between the calculated measures versus calculated columns? Okay, so calculated columns, what is our calculated columns means? We are going to create a column, a new column, which is calculated based on other column, which is calculated based on other column is called as calculated column. A new column which is calculated based on other column. Okay, they are called as calculated columns. Like for example, you are having something like this. Okay, practical application I'll show you one by one. So 1, 2, 5, okay, 8, 10, 15, something you are having. Now you are going to create a new column, which is the existing column plus 10. So this is for every record. You are going to calculate for every record. In a new column was created using the existing column. Every record one value will be created. This is called as calculated column. Means every record will have the value. Okay, a new column which is calculated based on the other column, and every record will have the value. How many records are there? Every record has value. This is called as calculated column. Now, what is meant by calculated measures? Calculated measure means we are going to calculate a single value. It is not for every record. It is a single value. Calculated measure means it is a single value. It is a single value based on the calculation. Based on calculation. You are going to calculate a single value. Like, for example, you are going to calculate what is the average of this value. Average of this column. What is the average value? I'm going to calculate average of this particular column from here to here. What is the average? This is a single value. For every record, you are not going to have the value. Whereas column will have, calculated column will have for every record one value, has value, but calculated measure will have for entire data single value. Is the difference is clear? So we are going to have some calculated columns will be there. At the same time, some of them will be related to measures. Both will be available. And what type of measures we are going to calculate? Measures always will calculate measures which are related to data analysis. We will calculate the measures. We will calculate measures which are related to data analysis. We'll calculate measures. We will calculate measures which are related to data analysis. To be more simplified, which are related to statistical measures. We are going to calculate the statistical measures only. Again, no need to check with respect to what are the various measures. Always statistics only. Data analysis means statistics only. Descriptive statistics measures are called as statistics measures. Only those measures only we are going to calculate. Other measures we don't require. Right? Which are related to statistical measures, we are going to calculate. So statistical measures are called as measures which are related to data analysis. So the importance of descriptive statistics will be here in wherever it is. Okay, is the point is clear? Now let us get into the functions one by one, and with I'm going to show you with an example. I'm taking one data set like this. This is the data set which was given to us. Okay, since all of them cannot be applied in everywhere, okay, multiple examples I'm going to consider. Now, so this is one of the data set where I'm having the employee ID, and the same data set will be shared to you in your Google Drive. Once the class is completed, immediately I'm going to upload. Now, what are the employee ID? Name of the person, last name, this is first name. This is first name and this is last name, and the department, what are the department he is working, salary, years of experience and sales. Now here first thing, I'm going to check if I want to rename any column name. Directly I'm going to click on that and I'm going to rename that. That is very simple. Rename separately, we are not going to do anything, just double click on that. And here any value, for example, years of experience towards the right side is there. If I want to bring towards the left side, means if you want to do any kind of alignment, you are doing the alignment like this, just for your basic example. Now starting with the calculated column, I'm going to start with the calculated column called as square root function. Okay, so like for example, if you want to convert the data for each and every record, like skewness is there, transformation, data transformation, exponential transformation, log transformation, power transformation, square root transformation, square root or cube root or nth root, anything. So those 4 transformations we are going to see now one by one. What are the 4 transformations we are having is, first transformation is called as, what is the first transformation? Log transformation. Let's start with the log transformation. I'm going to give the log. Name is log. Log of what? Which column? Log of sales column. Assume I want to do the for the sales column. So log of sales means for every value I want to apply the log. Now it is called as calculated column or calculated measure. It is a column. So you are going to create a column, a new column called as in terms of by every value. So whenever you are using a function, I told that you have to use the is equal to symbol, and log. You have to write the function name is log. Here you are having the 2 logs. One is normal log and one is called as log to base 10. Log means it is going to take the log to base e, which is ln. It is log to base e. In your calculator, in your scientific calculator, whatever the scientific calculator you are using, in the calculator we are having 2 types of logs. One is log, one is ln. For example, if I am taking the 150 value, 150, and for 150 if I am applying ln, I am going to get 5.01. Now the same thing if I apply for 150, if I apply log 2.17, for one of them 5.01, for one of them it is 2.17. What you are going to apply? Log to base e or log to in terms of. So sir, what is the difference, sir? Very simple, guys. So for example, if you are applying the log to base e versus log to base 10, in the interview they'll ask sometimes this type of basic questions. Some people knows in the calculator ln, they knows log. In the interview they'll ask like this, like I'll ask generally, in my case I'll ask the question, hey, in your degree have you used the calculator? Yes, I have used. What type of calculator? Scientific calculator. Done. In the scientific calculator, have you seen log and have you seen ln? Yes sir, I have seen. Now can you tell me what is the difference? Log, this is base 10, ln means log to base e. Perfect. Now what is the for example 150 is there, how it will be calculated? How it will be calculated means log a power n with log a. Base a means what is the output of this one is n log a to base a, which is nothing but n into log a to base a is called as 1, which is nothing but n. So you are going to get the output n. So you have to get the output of n means you have to bring whatever the here base is there, na, this number you have to bring with the same power. So here 150 you are going to bring with respect to 10 to the power of 2.01. Okay, something like this. Then what happens? The output is 2.01. Now this one, log e power 5.01 to the base e. Then what is the output? You are going to get 5.01. Like this it is going to work. Okay, most of the students they'll use log and ln, but they don't know what is the difference also. And the basic, the backend code is this one. This is our in the school max we used to learn this one. Right? Is that clear now? So the same thing we are going to apply here. This is basic and silly question, but in the interview they'll ask this question and most of the students they'll not answer. They'll say that simply formula is there, we are using. Okay. Now, so here I'm using the log of, okay, I'm using the log function. Whenever you are writing here log, so here multiple functions are there, na? Whichever you have to, for example, I want to use log 10. You have to double click on that particular function, or if you select only one time, if you click on one time only with the mouse, then you have to click on the tab, means then the function will be selected. Or second option is that particular function double click, either double click or which one is you have selected, whichever is in the blue color. For example, this is the function, automatically you want to select this function only, then directly click on the tab, the function will be selected. Or for example, you are selecting this function, whichever is in the blue color, that function has to be selected, means tab or double click. Two options are there. So I'm selecting this function and I'm going to click on the tab. tab means that function will be selected, and I'm going to give this number, and for this number it is going to apply the log to base log. So like this I'm going to calculate the log function, and similarly you can apply the log 10 also. Okay, log to the base 10. Next, after the log, next one whatever we have discussed is called as root transformation. Do you remember? Log transformation, root transformation, exponential transformation, power transformation. Total 4. So next one we are going to see the root transformation. Now coming to the root transformation, either square root or cube root or nth root, any root. First I'll show you this for the square root. For square root, we are directly having the function called as square root function. Okay, you can select the square root and you can apply it for the first value. It is not for measure now to select entire data. It is a calculated column. Calculated column means single value has to be selected. Calculated measure means starting to ending. Measures will be starting to ending. Then overall data measure will be calculated. Individual value means individual value. Now for individual value, I'm going to calculate the square root like this. In this way, you are going to calculate the square root. So square root means square root function is available. Then cube root function is available. No need. For remaining anything, just you have to select to the power of. Power of means in Python we are going to use double star. Here the power function is this one. This is the power. Power root means I'm going to write nth root of x is equal to x to the power of 1 by n. So this is root transformation. This is root, and x to the power of n is called as power. This is power transmission. Power 1 by n. So I'm going to take here power 1 by 2. 1 by 2 means what is the meaning? It is basically applying the root transformation only. See, answer is same. So if you directly apply the square root function also, answer is same. If you apply like this also, answer is same. There is no difference. Now for example, I want up to 2 decimals only. It is giving up to 5 decimals now, but I don't want up to this one 5 decimals or 10 decimals like this. Just I want to go with the maximum of 2 decimals. Then what I have to do in this case? 2 decimals means what I have to do, guys? So just you are going to select the data, and you are going to select in terms of like this. You are going to reduce the number of decimals, or simply right click on that and format the cells. And here you are going to give the number of decimals up to 2 and click on the OK. So you are going to get up to 2 decimals. Two options are there. Either you can increase the number of decimals from here, or right click on that and you can choose. Next, this is square root transformation. Either you are going to use the square root function or to do the power of. Similarly, cube root. What you are going to do? 1 by 3. 1 by 4 like this, as per your choice. What are the number you are interested? Cube root means cube root. For one value you are going to select, remaining values automatically will be applied. Just you have to drag down, right? Next, this is root transformations. Next one is called as what? Exponential transformation. Exponential of size. For the size column, I'm going to apply the exponent. How to apply the exponent? So e to the power of 150, very big numbers you'll get. So instead of that, I'm going to take here experience. I'm applying the column on the experience column. So exp, exponential function is exp. See, can you see here what it is going to say? Returns e raised to the power of given number. E to the power of given number. Can you see side? Whatever it is going to apply, returns e to the power of. So I'm going to give the number. This is the number, means e to the power of. This is going to give the e to the power of. For every value, it is going to give the e to the power of. Next, last one is power function. Okay, power transmission. So power of, I'm going to apply on the experience column. So I'm going to use in terms of what are the value to the power of, directly power in terms of either 2 means power 2, power 3, like this. Directly you can use in terms of power. So this is n to the power of. Okay, directly you can use that, or we are having in terms of power. So what is the power function says? Powers, the return of the number to the power, raised power. So power function, and first it is asking the number, which number you want. Base. Base is 5. To the what power you want to raise. What is the power I want to raise means 2. Answer is same. This one or this one. You can choose. Either you can go with the symbol or you can use the power function. Two options are there. Is the points are clear? These are all called as calculated columns. Point is clear now? Now, next we'll move on to the next type of functions. What is the next type of functions is related to text. So what are the functions we have discussed till now? Means how to do in terms of, first one is called as log function. Second one is log10 function, which are used to transform the data. Both are used to transform that to the new data. Whenever the skewness is there, we are going to do this one. That too in the inference statistics. For normal data analysis, we are not going to do anything. For your general data analytics project, no need to transform the data. If you are applying purely inference statistics and if you want to apply statistical tests only, you are going to do the transformation. Otherwise, no need. And next, square root transformation. We have discussed the square root function. Or next one is directly what are the value you are going to select, value to the power of. We have discussed about the power, this one. And in the power, we have given 1 by n. Next, we have discussed is called as from there exponent function. Next one is power. Power means first we have to give the value. What are the value and what is the power you want to raise? That is n, where n is the power, value is the base value. Okay, either you are going to use the power function or you are going to use value, the same thing, or value to the power of n. These are the which are things we have discussed, and everything will create a new column only, calculated columns, right? Next, we are moving on to the next type of functions related to text related functions. What are the text functions we are having? First function we are having is called as upper, means everything will be converted to uppercase. Next, we are having the lower, everything will be converted to lowercase. And we want first letter only caps lock, remaining all the letters of small, every word first letter to be caps lock. Then what we are going to use means, here we are going to use the function name is called as proper. The function name is called as proper is the function. So these are the three functions. So let us discuss one by one each of the function. Okay. So like this, you are going to insert a new column. Right click and click on the insert. Insert means it will insert a new column, empty column. A new empty column will be inserted wherever you are interested. For example, in between these two, I want to insert a new column. Click on this and click on the insert. Before to that, a new column will be inserted. For example, before to this, you want to insert a new column. Click on this and insert. Before to that, a new column will be inserted. Whichever the column you are trying to select, and insert button, before to that column will be inserted. Like that, you are going to insert a new column. And if you want to delete a column, click on the right click and delete. That particular column will be deleted. Whichever the column you are selecting and click on the right click and delete, that particular column will be deleted. Right? Next, I'm going to use the function name is called as upper. Done. So I'm going to create a function name is called as upper. Okay, let me write here the function name is called as upper. Column name I'm going to give the upper. Yes, Ankur is saying that control shift, like that we are having the multiple shortcuts are available, like control shift, whatever the control shift plus plus button, like this, what are the shortcuts we are having. Multiple shortcuts are available within the Excel. If you are able to remember the multiple shortcuts means you can go with even the shortcuts. Since most of the students here they will be unable to remember the shortcuts, because these shortcuts will be for each of them, control shift plus that one, or control shift plus A, control 8. Like this, we are having the multiple shortcuts are available. Instead of remembering the shortcuts, as per your choice, if you are interested to go on to the shortcuts also, you can select the shortcuts, right? And the function name is called as upper. Okay, I'm going to select the upper, and within the upper, I'm going to select the this one, whatever the text. Okay, and this will be converted to uppercase. Sir, can't we know that in the uppercase? Okay, this is the function upper. Here it is asking only the text. Instead of text, if you have given like this from starting to ending, all the cells you have given. So whenever it is going to ask the range, you have to give the range. Means range means multiple values. Okay, range means multiple values. Here it is not multiple values, it is a single value. So you are going to select a single value, and it is going to convert to the uppercase, and every cell will be converted to uppercase. Again, it is a calculated column. Is the point is clear? You are going to create a column based on the existing column. You are creating a new column. Next, similarly lower. Next one, we are having the lower. Is the functions are case sensitive? Miss the functions, whether you select in the lower case also, here the function automatically we have to select. So every function will be in the caps lock letters only. So for example, if I take LOWER, also the same thing. Small letter R if you keep also, finally you have to select the same function only. So there is no difference. And you are going to select the column. Okay. And here you are going, function name is lower. And inside the function, you are going to give the text as the input, this one. And you are going to convert each and every letter to the lower case. Every function to the lower case. And next one we are having is proper, is a function, and we are going to use the proper function. It is going to keep in the proper format. See, what is the function is convert a text string to proper case. The first letter in the each word in the uppercase and other letters in the lower case. Can you read that one? So it is going to give every word, if multiple words are there, in that first word of every word will be selected as uppercase and remaining letters of the lowercase. So just I'm going to try with some different example, Siva and Ram. Let me cross check. See, it was changed. Is that clear? Or let me check with respect to like this. These things I'll keep in the caps lock, something like this. It was properly changed. Okay, everything either uppercase, everything lowercase, or something like this. Let me modify this one to upper. Though it was in the upper also, it was properly realigned. It is properly realigned. Is the point is clear? And this column name, what are the column name you are having here? I want to rename this column name to first name. How to rename this one to first name? A column name, just you have to double click on that. You have to give the first space name. Just you are going to rename. Next, after this, I want to create the next function called as concat. What is the function name is concat? What it is going to do is, it is going to concat the with respect to first name along with the last name. Okay, first name along with the last name. So I want to the concat. Next function name is called as concat. Okay, so concat, I'm writing here, function name is called as concatenate. Can you see here what is this function is going to do? It is going to, 1 minute, concatenate. So what it is going to do? Joins several test strings into one test string. Okay, so concatenate. I'm going to select the concatenate, and you can select the multiple strings. So I'm going to select the string of this one, comma, this one, text 2. So these two will be concatenated, and you are going to get the output like this. Okay, now sir, that is not correct now. In between space should be there now. First name space second name. Now tell me guys, if A is equal to Siva, B is equal to Ram in Python, in Python, A plus B. What is the output of A plus B? Sivaram. Whether space will be there? No. Now I want the space between them. What I have to do? The same example I have told you in the Python. What I have to do? A. Either for A you have to add the space in this only. In the Siva only you have to add the space. Means for every word you have to add the space. Then directly you can add the Siva plus B. I mean A plus B. This is one way. Then automatically in the Siva space is there now. So automatically the space will be added and you are going to get the output like this. This is one way, but generally will not do like this. What is the second option I have told you? A plus space plus B. What are the between you want? That one you are going to concat like this, right? Now the same thing I'm going to use here. Next example for the concat is again one more column. Okay. Sir, this is again if I move like this, again the starting values will be here and this one. So here I'm going to create a new column. Wherever you are interested, you can create. There is not mandatory that you have to go there only now. Concat. So column name is concat, and what it is going to do the concat means I'm going to use the function name is called as concatenate, and I'm going to set the concatenate and this one comma this one, but between these two I require the space. So for that what I'm going to do is between I'm going to add one string called as space string. Okay, this is one more string which I'm adding. So now total how many strings are concatenated? 3 strings are concatenated, and you are going to get the like this output. And for every row you want means you can select every row like that. Is the point is clear? Either you can create the same thing here only. Just now could you see when I'm copying this one and I'm pasting here, it is throwing the referral error. Why? Because the reason behind this is here the function I have used the function some function, and here it is taking in terms of some error like this. Now what I'm going to do means see I'm going to try to paste this one, control C and control V, instead of directly doing the control V. Okay, now what are the values are there now? These values control C and control V. When I'm getting the reference, whenever I'm getting the problem like this, I'm going to copy. There is no difference in the copying. Copy as it is only. But while pasting, click simply don't click on the control V. Click on the paste special and select only the values. I don't want the formulas or I don't want. Here what are the cells values are there? Copy those values only. Copy those values only. The values will be copied. Only the values will be copied. It is not going to copy the formula. Now, sir, what is that? For example, now since I have these are the values in this, none of the formula is there. Can you see? No formula is there. But whereas this one, formula is available. Sir, with formulas is best or without formulas is best means always with formulas only best. Why, sir? Very simple. See, concatenate. I'm going to use the concatenate and this one, comma, one more string, empty string, that is space. I'm going to use the space, comma, this one. Okay. Now this one versus this one. Answer is same only, na? There is no difference. Then why are you using the formula only best? Because for example here I'm modifying something, ALI. See, automatically it will be modified, but it will not be modified because in this formula is not there now. It is a value now. You have to come manually and you have to change. If formula is there means this is a calculated column now. Whichever the columns are having with the function, they are called as calculated columns. Every calculated column is dependent on the other column. For example, the original column you are deleting, then it is going to throw the error like this. Every calculated column will throw the error, but this will not throw the error because it is not a dependent column. Calculated columns are called as dependent columns. They'll depend on others. So if others changes means these also changes automatically. They will also change automatically. Is the point is clear? everyone. Next, this is concat. After concat, next function we are going to discuss. 1 minute. So what are the functions we have covered till now? Upper, lower, proper, and concatenate. Concatenate. Sorry. Next one. Okay. Next one is we are going to discuss. Next functions are called as left, right, mid. These are the functions. Okay. Left means initial characters. Right means end characters. Mid means between characters. Okay. Now, so here I'm going to select next one. Concat is clear now. Concat, and I'm going to select first name. Concatenate. Concatenate. First one, comma, space, comma, and last name. Right? For every. Now, if you double click on this, what happens? Cell alignment will be done according to the distance of the maximum value. So for the maximum value, for example, you are having here, maximum value is this one. Still the maximum value, the cell will go automatically. If you double click on this, it will adjust the cell accordingly. Next, we are going to use the function called as left. Now, function name is left. You are going to double click on this. Now, can you see that what is this function is going to give? Returns the specified number of characters from the start of the test string. From the start, automatically it is from the start only. So I'm going to select from the start. That is, I'm going to extract the data from the start. So how many characters I want to extract? I want to extract in the given thing. Left is the function. Okay. In the function, I'm going to select this one. How many characters I'm going to select means first two characters. Number of characters. Text, comma, number of characters. So I'm going to select the first two characters in that way. Okay. First two characters I'm going to select in that way. Right? Which are the, for example, in everything, first two characters you are going to extract. First two characters or single character. Even do you remember in the Power BI we have discussed in the transform extract first character and how many people are starting with the S letter, how many people are this one like that. Do you remember that one? Extract single character. Similarly here we can extract. So right, next function name is called as right. Now what is this function is? Right function. Right is the function. So in this function, what it is going to return? What it is going to select means text it is going to select and number of characters. Okay, see, before to the bracket open and after to the bracket. Before to the bracket, it tells us what the function will return. Once you keep the bracket, it tells us what are the arguments you have to provide. If you don't add the bracket, it tells what this function returns. The moment you click on the bracket, immediately it shows the arguments. What are the input arguments it is going to select? So see here, it is going to return the specified number of characters from the end of the test string. Okay, that is it is going to return. So I'm going to open the bracket. Immediately it is asking the text. What is the text? So I'm going to select the text as this one. And how many number of characters I want to select means 2 characters. Means it is going to select the last 2 characters. In every cell, last 2 characters of the test string will be selected. Is the point is clear? This one is called as right. Next one is called as mid. Next function name is called as mid. Now again, I'm using the function name is called as mid. Now I have not used the bracket. Since I have not used the bracket, still it is showing the return. What it is going to return means return means what is the use of function. Return means what is the use of function. The moment you use the bracket, arguments. Now returns the characters from the middle of the test string given starting position and length. So here I'm going to use the bracket. So it is asking the text. So I'm going to provide the text. This is the text. And from where I want to get. So I want to have the start is the starting character number. So here the index number not starts with the 0. It is not Python. Here indexing, that one is not there. Directly the first one only, first character. So I want to start with the character number 2. What is 2 character means? In the first this one L, it has to start in this O, in this H, in this A, like that. And how many characters I want to extract means I want to extract 4 characters. Number of characters is equal to 4, starting from the 3 characters. Let me give the 3 characters. Now what happens? Starting with the L, starting point is L. Why starting point L means this is the number. This is the starting point. Second character it is going to start, that is L. From there 3 characters, that is LIC. It is going to start here O, OB. Here it is going to start with the H, HAR. Like that it is going to select the characters. So LIC and OB and HAR, like this you are going to get. In between characters you are going to get. These are all called as extracting the data. Next part is cleaning the data. If any wrong data is there, how we are going to clean. Any records unna ippudu one more time. So the same function I'm going to apply mid. Okay, and I'm going to select in terms of this one, starting with the starting character is 2 and total number of characters are 3. And first I'll get the first one, cell number 1 only you'll get now. You will not get for other cells. Just on the corner, whenever you get the plus symbol, double click on that. How many number of records are there? For every record it will be applicable. You don't need to drag. On the corner you have to get the plus symbol like this. See, this plus symbol is different, this one is different. This is cell selection. This is with respect to, for that double click and it will be selected. And this is applicable for calculated columns. Calculated columns only. Function should be there. For that function only double click. And that too in the Excel. CSV also it will not work because CSV is comma separated values file. To save only we are going to use CSV. For doing modifications always we'll go with the Excel only. Finally, once the entire data cleaning was completed and everything, you are going to click on the save now. While clicking on the save, click on the save as and save as CSV file. And the values will be comma separated and it will take the less space. Directly in the CSV, you can't apply this type of functions can be applied, but this corner one will not be applicable. Again, in the CSV, don't ask that why it is not working, because it is a different. It is in the Excel only, it will work. Right? Is the point is clear now? Your question? Done? Now, let us move on to the next function. So we have covered in terms of left, right, mid. These are the functions. Now, everything is clear now. And I'm going to share you this Excel as it is. When I share this Excel, directly click on this one on the first cell. You'll see the function name also. Clearly, you can practice. While practicing also, the first cell you understand. Automatically for remaining cells, it is same. Same logic will be applied. Once if I share this Excel sheet, wherever it is, just you have to use the first cell only to understand. Once you understand the first cell, automatically remaining cells are same. Okay. Now, coming to the next example. In this example, I'm going to use the different functions again. So already I told you how to add the borders. Why I'm adding the borders for only for this one means in order to use. So next I'm going to use the functions called as length function, followed by substitute function, followed by trim function. And these are all the functions are applicable on the text only. Okay. And substitute function, trim function, text function, like this. Now, sir, earlier you have taken this example now. In this example only, why you can't explain that one? Because it is already clean now. Here, if you are having some errors, some problem is there, then we are going to use. Problem is not there, how I can apply that function? So the function has to be applied means problem should be there. So here I have created the problem. See, in this I have done basically Alice means how many characters? 5 characters. Now I'm going to use the length function. What is meant by length means it is going to give the length, returns the number of characters in a text string. So I'm going to select this function and I'm going to select in terms of text. This is the text. And see here, it is going to give the 7 characters. Why 7 characters? It is 5 characters, na? Basically, Alice means 5 characters. Next, I'm going to go to the next one. In the corner, I'm going to double click on this and you are going to get for this 4, for this 9, for this 6, for this 4. You are going to get like this. Now here 3 characters are there. Why 4? Means some space is there. After EAV, space is there. That space is not visible for you, basically. So now what I'm going, this is length function. Now what I'm going to do, wherever the space is there, so actually here space is there. Here also one space, before L is space is there. How many spaces are there? 1 space, 2 space or 3 space? How many are there? Or for example, I'm writing here these many spaces. Can you see? Can you see the space? Space is available, but number of characters, you know, don't know. So now, so here, basically I have given the 2 spaces, 2 or 3 or some number of spaces. See, according to the, now what I'm going to do is, next function I'm going to use is called as substitute. Okay, and the function I'm going to use called as substitute. In the substitute, read this one. First, what is substitute? What is meant by substitute? Tell me what is substitute and what arguments. 2 questions. What is, what arguments? What is means? So it is going to replace the existing text with the new text in the text string. Okay, replaces existing text with the new text. Now, what is the, see, text you have to select old text and new text. So what are the arguments it is going to select? Text. First I will select the text. Okay, selected. Comma. When I keep the comma only, second argument will be selected. If you don't keep the comma, second argument it will not go. It will assume that you are writing still the first argument only. First argument only continued. Okay, comma means first argument was completed. After comma, argument was completed. Now you are going to select the second argument. What is the second argument is old text. What is the old text? Means I want to replace wherever the space is there. This is the text. Space I want to replace. With what you want to replace? I want to replace with the X. This is the new text which I want to replace. Means, okay. Now, what is the last argument? Last argument here, can you see? This argument, this argument, this argument. 3 arguments are normal, but last argument is in the brackets, square brackets. Remaining arguments are normal way. Last argument is in the bracket. What is this bracket indicates means optional argument. The bracket argument says that it is an optional. If you don't give also, it takes default. It is a default argument. Default arguments are optional. You don't need to provide them. It will take automatically. They are called as default arguments. So here, if I don't write with respect to last argument, it will take automatically all the occurrences. So here, how many spaces are there means before to that 1 space is there. So 1 space was replaced with the X. At the last also 1 space is there. That one also was replaced with the X. For example, first only I'm having the 2 spaces. I'm keeping at the starting 2 spaces. See, wherever the space is there, wherever the space is there, every space was replaced with the X. In the Charlie, according to us, we are thinking that there is no space, but there are some spaces. Okay, in the David, we are having in terms of starting some space. So wherever the spaces, the number of occurrences, wherever the spaces are available, every space will be replaced with the X. Now, I told you the 4th argument. Now, 4th argument is only 1 space has to be replaced. For example, in the given data, multiple spaces are there, but only 1 space has to be replaced. Remaining space will not be replaced. First occurrence only will be replaced. See here, one more time. Observe this one. Okay. Here I'm going to give the 1 space, 2 space, 3 space. After that, right side also 1 space, 2 space. Left side how many I have given? 3. Right side how many? 2. In between how many letters are there? 5. Total how many letters, characters? 10 characters. Let us cross check first whether you have got the 10. Done. Out of 10, how many before, how many after? 3 before, 2 after. Now here I'm not going to give the argument, any argument. Okay, number of occurrences I'm not going to provide. See, before 3 x's are there, after that 2 x's are there. Is that clear? If it is not visible properly, you want to increase the zoom. You can increase the zoom here or simply control plus. Okay, shortcuts or click on the this one. So 3 and 2. No sir, I want to replace the only first occurrence. I want to replace remaining occurrences. I don't want. See, first occurrence only was replaced with the x. Remaining occurrences it is not going to replace. Sir, for example, I want to replace 2 occurrences. Means first 2 occurrences. First 2 spaces will be replaced with the x. Remaining will not be replaced. Number of occurrences. So if you don't write here, every occurrence it is going to select by default all the occurrences. How many times the space is available? Every space will be replaced with the x. Is the point is clear? Substitute. Now I don't want to substitute like this. I want to remove the spaces because this is not required for me. Substituting is not required. Removing is because data cleaning means trimming. So sir, why we have to trim? If the data is like this, what happens? For example, Alice is there. One more time. Now, what happens when I apply the data analysis, and if I do the during the data analysis, how many with respect to count plot I am applying, how many times Alice has purchased, or how many times, what is the, for example, Alice belongs to HR department and he has done some amount of sales. One more time, Alice only will do some amount of sales. One more time, Alice will do some amount of sales. Alice will be doing the sales for multiple times. Okay, I may have the date column. On a different date, he will do the different sales. And I want to do the sales, total sales of Alice. Now this will be considered as separate unique value. This will be considered as separate unique value. It should not consider a separate unique value. If I write here, how to check the unique values? Already we have discussed the function. What is the function to check the unique values? Means count A. Count A will give the number of rows of the test. So number of rows. How many rows are there? Means 6. Okay. What is the difference between the count function versus count A? Count versus count. Count A. Count means number of rows of the numerical data. Count A is number of rows of a text data. Right? Now, so here I'm going to use the next function called as trim. Next function name is called as trim. And in this trim function, I'm going to trim the data. Means before or after what are the spaces are there, everything will be removed. Before might be there, after might be there. It is nothing but strip function within the Python. If you want to delete a row, how to delete a row? Just select that particular row, whichever the row you want to select that row, click on the right click and click on the delete. Whichever the column you want to delete, select the column, right click and delete. Row means row, column is column. Is the point is clear? Length function is clear along with the substitute and the trim function. Trim is it is going to do the strip function. It is basically some kind of strip function. Is the point is clear, guys? Next, we are moving on to the next functions. Done. So here I'm going to move on to the next function. So this one also I'm going to trim. Sir, after trimming, but I want to replace in the original data. Then what I have to do? Copy this one and paste here. You are going to get the reference point like this. Then what we have to do? You have to copy only, but while pasting, you have to select the first cell and right click on that, paste special and only the values, not the formulas. If you copy that one, what happens? It is copying the formula. Okay. Now I'm going to paste special and I'm going to paste only the values. Like that you are going to replace in the original. Okay. Now data will be clean. Now similarly, you are going to apply the cleaning of this one. Now for this column also I want to do the data cleaning. Means trim I have to apply. What I have to do? Just instead of B2, you have to select the C2. This one. And once C2 is selected, just drag down. So again copy, and while pasting, click on the paste special and values. Okay. Next, similarly, I want to replace this one also in the same way. Now what I'm going to do, this one instead of C2, you have to select this particular column, that is D2. And after selecting, again you are going to do in the same way, drag and copy, and while pasting here, paste special. Click on the transfer. Right? Like that you can replace in the original itself. Or if you are interested to create a new column like this, department, create a department, and in the department, if you create a new one and the old one was deleted, assume, then this one will throw the error because this is a calculated column. It will always depend on the original column. Is the point is clear, guys? For dependent columns, original columns are important. Otherwise, dependent column will not work. Done. Next. Next functions is most important one, which is called as if function. Okay. We are having the if function. At the same time, count if function. If is there, means if is nothing but if and else. And similarly, we are having the count if. Count if means you have to count only if the condition satisfies. Sum if. Okay. Your average if. Average if. Sum if, average if. Like this. Right? They are going to get selected on the condition based. Now what is meant by this? Let's go with one more example. Now this example only let us select. Okay, all these functions are clear now for everyone. Now, so here I'm going to select, first one is if. Let me write with the if. If, where first let me write here function name. Either you can write in the cell or you can write here, wherever you are interested. Okay, is equal to if. Now read this one first. If means it's going to check whether the condition is met and returns one value if it is true and another value if it is false. What is going to do? Again, write this one asterisk in the notes, please, because this is the most important one. Okay, multiple times we are going to use in the data analysis. In our entire data analysis, we are going to use for multiple times. Done. Now, so here condition. So I'm using the bracket. But the moment I use the bracket, what happens? It is going to give the arguments. Now, what are the arguments total? How many arguments are there? One argument is called as logical test. Second one is value if it is true. What you want to print if it is true. What you want to print if it is false. Total 3 arguments. First, let me write the condition. What is the condition is? For condition, you can apply for the number. You can apply the condition on the string also. Whatever you want. Okay. So first, let me add for the condition on the text. Okay. department or department, I'm going to take the condition department this value is equal to HR. What are the value you are having? If this value is equal to HR. Okay. Now, if it is HR, you have to print the yes. If the value is not equal to HR, you have to print the output as no. Okay. So first it is going to check the condition. If the condition is true, it has to give the yes. If the condition is false, it has to give the output as no. And you are going to get the output as. Now first it is going to apply on the D2 cell. For if I double click on this, what happens? For this, it is going to apply on the D3, D4, D5, like that it is going to apply. So wherever the output is HR, you are going to get the output as yes. Wherever non-HRs, it is going to give the no. Sir, you have applied only one condition now. So you can apply the, see, if, what are the if is there? If can be applied on text data. If can be applied on numerical data, and if can be applied on multiple conditions. You can apply on the multiple conditions by writing the multiple conditions. So can be applied by using a single condition or by using a multiple conditions applied on a single condition, or you can use the multiple conditions. That is logical operator, comparison operators. After the if, what are the operators we can use? Miss, by writing the if, you can write comparison operator. You can write in terms of logical operator. So if you are writing here numerical data, what are the numerical data? You are going to use comparison operators. What are the operators we are going to use? Miss, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, not equal to. Like this we are going to use in the Python. If it is numerical data. If it is categorical data, text means, then what are the operators we are going to use? Miss, equal to, not equal to, greater than, less than we cannot apply. Only equal to, not equal to. Here equal to is general single equal to only, because here we are not having in terms of assignment operator. So directly the single equal to only we can use. Single equal to only, directly it is used for comparison operator. Separately assignment operator is not there. Right? In the Python, single equal to is assignment operator. And similarly, we can apply the if condition on the multiple conditions, and we can also have the nested if also. These are all the possibilities within the if. So we'll discuss each of them with an example one by one. Okay. By applying the single condition means comparison operator. Single condition means if can be applied on a single condition. If can be applied on a single condition. Single condition means comparison operators, by using the comparison operators. It can be applied on the text data. It can be applied on the numerical data. If can be applied on the multiple conditions. For multiple conditions, what we have to use? Logical operators. That is AND operator and OR operators. Nested if. All of them are possible in the Excel also. So for each of them, we'll see one example. Okay, first we'll start with the comparison operator. Since I'm applying on the text data means you have to use equal to symbol or not equal to. Now, if I'm using on the numerical data, single condition only, but on the numerical data. Now I'm going to use like this. If is the function, and this numerical data, if the value is either greater than, let me keep it as 50,000. Wherever the condition satisfies, it has to give the output as yes. Wherever the condition is false, it has to give the output as no. Wherever it is greater than this, it has to give the output as no. So see, I'm going to get either yes or no. So wherever the salary is greater than 50,000. So greater than or equal to means greater than or equal to. Okay, like this you are going to apply the, for example, 75,000. I'm going to give the 75,000. So first one is 75,000, and according to that everything will be selected. 75,000 for the first one, and according to that I'm going to apply on the entire data. So value is greater than 75,000. None of the value is greater than 75,000. So just let me give here some number 60. So wherever the value is greater than or equal to 60,000, it is going to give the output as yes or no's. Is that clear? Now total, tell me guys, how many yes are there, how many no's are there in this? Means in my data set, how many people has crossed more than 60,000 salary? How many people are there, miss? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 are there. Are you going to count manually like this? No. Now if you apply the conditional formatting also, then what you will get, whichever the S's are there, it will be highlighted with the green color. But who will count? For that we are going to use the function called as count if. Count if is the function. Okay, count if is the function, and it is asking the range. Range means from here to here. In this I want to calculate how many of them are yes. My requirement is yes. Criteria means requirement. Yes. How many yeses are there? 4. So like this I'm going to calculate how many people cross more than 60,000. Sir, for this much of things are required. Directly we can't apply here itself. See, one more. Count if. Okay, if means from here to here. Range, I have given the range. Condition, what is the condition? Criteria. Criteria means yes, I told you now. Here I am writing the condition as if. Directly here itself I am writing the if. If value is greater than, so whatever I am having, it is greater than 60,000. Whichever the value is greater than 60,000, greater than or equal to now, greater than or equal to 60,000. Is the point is clear? This one also you can write, or first you can convert them into yes and no's, and you can apply the how many yes are there. This one and this one both will give the same answer. If, count if. Count if. Is the point is clear? Now I want the how many counts are there in terms of HR. In my data set, how many HRs in this, how many HRs are there? Count. Count only the HRs. Then what I have to do? Count if. One more example, count if from here to here and comma, you are going to give the HR. Means wherever the output is HR is there. So here you are going to get the error because I have not closed. The inverted commas are not closed. The string was not closed properly. So it is going to calculate HR. How many HRs are there? Means 1, 2, 3. These are the 3 HRs. Now 50,000, 52,000, 53,000. What is their average salary of the HRs? Like this we are going to do the data analysis. That we are going to continue in the tomorrow's class. We are going to calculate count. We'll calculate if, sum if condition satisfied, only those has to be considered as sum. So all these functions we are going to discuss in the tomorrow's class, guys. Is the points are clear till now? What are the functions we have discussed? So within these functions, whatever we have discussed till now, please practice like if condition, if function, and along with that count if function. These are the things which we have covered till now. So I'm going to share you this notepad file and along with the Excel file. Both the files I'm going to attach in your Google Drive now itself. 1 minute. And please practice. And tomorrow we are having the class. And holidays are from Sunday to Thursday. From Sunday to Thursdays are Pongal holidays. And you are having the next class on Friday. Okay. Tomorrow Saturday we are having the class. And in the next week Saturday along with the Sunday also we are having the class. Sorry. Next week Friday and Saturday we'll have the class. Till Thursday we'll have the holidays. Again on the Friday and Saturday we'll have the class, guys, in the next week. Okay. I'm giving the 4 days means you don't take 6 weeks, 6 days. If I give the 4 days means generally students will take 6 days now. And next Friday will be the most important class. How to create the dashboard within the Excel. Right? After the Pongal holidays, first class will be the most important class. Done? So just I'm trying to load this Excel sheet in your, and you'll have directly the download option itself. You can download and along with the notes. Done. Done. I have added the notes along with the Excel sheet. For your practice purpose, please practice. We'll continue in the tomorrow's class. If no questions, you can leave. Yeah, others who are having the questions, you can please ask. You all go. Sorry. Okay. నేను వచ్చి చెప్తాను.